If I could turn back time, if I could find a way, I'd take back those words that hurt you, and I'd stay. I'd stay, Jeff. I'd stay.
It's that time again. You know what time it is?
Global Telling.
It's time for Global. Yes. Vince Neil.
California Correctional
Calling through first time attempt.
And your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call.
Good news.
This call, say or dial 5 now. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Hey, I think it went through the first time.
No. I've dialed 10 times at least.
No way.
Yeah, I'm not lying.
Oh,
I was
shit.
like, wow, man, we ever going to get through?
Holy
But,
crap,
You know
man.
what I mean? I'll tell you what, I am one stubborn motherfucker, and I will not give up.
I don't know what it is. I mean, we live by a high school. I don't know what exactly is causing such shitty cell phone service, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man, but yeah, dude. I mean, I'll tell you what. If I was a bill collector, I probably would have gave up.
I think those come through. Those are always, they find a way. Oh, they sure do. Yeah. So let's introduce it. We're of course live. This is the BFF show with Jeff and Neil. BFF with Jeff. Not the only show that has inmates calling in. There's one out there that says the only show where the serial killers call in. And we know that's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true. But that's besides the point.
Beside the point. Yeah.
I got your 2 letters today, man.
Oh yeah. So look, let's talk about that really quickly, man. I want to encourage pen paling. Dude, me and you, we will pen pal with different people and stuff, but we like to pen pal with each other. But it's just really cool, man, when there's somebody that really enjoys writing a letter, and so like we draw pictures, we tell, all kinds of cool stories, fictionalized shit. We do all kinds of cool shit. But I just want to encourage, the listeners, if you've never pen pal with somebody, man, give it a shot, man. There's so many write-a-prisoner sites on the internet. It's so easy to find an address of somebody. Pick whatever reason you want to. You don't got to be scared that if the motherfucker asks for money and you don't want to give him money, don't give him money. Like, it's no big deal. But
True.
man, just give it a shot because you just never know, man. You might end up really, cultivating a really deep friendship or relationship with somebody. And I'm telling you, people that are locked up, they really are encouraged when they get mail. So if you want to do something kind for somebody that's probably having a tough time, write somebody in prison, man.
Yeah, it's a good thing. There are some to be careful of to write to, so also do your research, right? Know who you're talking to. Number one rule we've always had is what we call no chomos.
Right.
That's off the table. But otherwise, yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, especially with you.
Yeah. No, I understand that. That's completely understandable. Makes a lot of sense.
And with your letter, so I got 2 letters. Yes, go ahead.
Yep. Go ahead and talk about them.
I'm on page 11.
Okay.
A lot of good stuff in there. You do.
And oh yeah, that's a good story. That's a crazy ass story. That story's about Teresa.
Yes, the dominatrix, goth punk, bringing out the sadomasochist in Neil, spanking up till dawn.
Your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
She taught me everything about it when I was 16 years old, man.
So that'll be we have to think of we titled the shows. I give it a title. We should have like a nice clickbait title to have people listen to it. We should say S&M with Neil today. What should be
S&M with Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll teach you a little bit about the dom sub power dynamic. That's really what it is, man. It's all about the power dynamic. And you know what? Submissive, they really have the power because they're the one that gives the power over to the dominant.
Yeah.
to allow to be able to treat them the way they treat them, because for whatever reason they get off on being submissive, but they really are the ones who have the power because they have a safe word. At any time they can stop everything and it stops. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So submissives really are the ones that have the power. As a matter of fact, it's not the dom. It's a power exchange. You know, it's trippy shit. I really got deeply into the fitness lifestyle when I was out in 2013, 14, and I had some pretty intense experiences, man. It's pretty crazy.
That is crazy. So you're kind of like a power bottom in a way.
Style.
Yeah.
No. I was always a sadistic dom. So I'm like in control, and not only that, the females that I was with, they called themselves my littles. They were like my little, like they get off on being like a little, like I had Kitten and Muffin, and they were two different submissives, and they like the pain, man. You know what I mean? And so something that I found out is I'm able to hurt somebody if they want to. It doesn't turn me on or anything like that, but I'm able to do it. So I'm able to fulfill certain needs in certain females that get off on a certain type of sadistic, you know what I mean? Basically, didn't hurt, man, but they enjoy it. That's what they get off on. And so I'm able to do it if that's what they need from me. But I mean, I really don't get off on it, but I'm able to do it. Not everybody can.
That's for sure. I've been in that, and this is long time ago. I was playing those roles, and I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like doing that kind of stuff, and it's just
no, I really didn't like it either. And like, a kitten would cry sometimes, and I'd be like, "Damn, I don't even know," but she would want me to keep going, But they were like paddles, like these really thin, like sticks almost that they would leave welts. I'd be like, man, I really don't understand what they get out of this, but for some reason, there's a switch in the brains of these types of people that get off on the sadomasochism, that somebody that's willing to hurt them, they take that as I mean, because it is so extreme. If somebody's willing to do that to them, they take that as almost like love,
That's what I was going to say. It's how they equate love, and makes you wonder, are they damaged? Or they would get upset if you say that. I said, no, I'm not damaged. It's preference.
Yeah. Every single female that I met in the fetish scene, they definitely had childhood trauma. I had childhood trauma as well. So that makes me capable of doing things that maybe other people, can't.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, your childhood trauma really fucks people up, man. I'm telling you.
100% it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So look, there was a couple. I wrote down a couple things that I wanted to hit. So we don't just completely freak everybody out with sadomasochism.
Okay. All right. Fair enough, man.
Today we're talking about ideas to grow the show, and I wanted to put it out there to the listeners, man. It's important to us. If you like what we do, if you like listening to BFF with Jeff or the Jeff Show in general, you like what me, Jeff, and Sharon are doing, then, man, take the time to share a link. Take the time to make, give us a comment. Take the time to tell, I want to challenge, listeners that are Jeff Show faithfuls, man, tell 5 friends, you know what I mean? Just create a conversation. And also, I really, I've been part of like a punk rock scene, the anarchist scene, a lot of different scenes. And there's something about having a community. I'm part of a community now. It's a recovery community. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I think that we have a potential of creating a really cool community with Jeff Show listeners. You know what I mean? And I would love for there to be like an interaction between us and them. So it's not always us that has to talk. There's a Jeff Show Facebook page, and then there's the Jeff Show channel on YouTube. And these are areas where we can be contacted. So send me, Neil, a.k.a. Meds, and Jeff and Sharon messages. Anything you would like to talk about. I mean, if you want to share a meme, if you want to show us your personal art, if you want to show us pictures of your tattoos, if you want to send us playlists, know me, of stuff you've been listening to. Dude, we're all about it. We would love to have like interaction with this Jeff Show community.
Yeah, and if you want to share your S&M photos, I can make sure Neil gets those.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I want to say, like, so right now I'm on what's called the Getting Out app on my tablet, and my name is Neil Jason Edgar, number BS4538. If anybody wants to contact me about the show, about anything else, we can talk there, or you can always send me a message through, like I said, the Facebook page or the YouTube channel. And anytime you want to talk about anything, I encourage pen paling. Just got my address if you want it, but write somebody. You ain't got to write me, but man, take a chance, write somebody.
Yeah, there's a lot of good folks to write too, and I even like to share letters that I get once in a while on our channel. I block out the text. It's more just kind of what it looks like, and then if you want to know more details, you can message me privately.
And your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Because there's nothing like
we're talking about, like what the niche or the identity of the show is, and you said something interesting. You said you brought up the word dark side, and I got an opportunity to share with you that I have a Darth Vader tattoo. Always have been more kind of like attracted to the dark side of things. But you said 3 words. You said oddities, paranormal, and true crime.
Yes.
So I'm wondering, man, how many stories listeners might have that might fall under something like that, like some odd story or some paranormal story, or something that falls into the true crime, category. If there's an interesting story, I mean, shit, we want to hear it, man.
For sure. Yeah, I'd love to put it on the show. Where those are the 3 main ingredients for making a dark side, and and obviously always with respect. I don't think we even have to say that anymore. Our episodes are no victim shaming, and we don't even really talk about the crimes per se, but we can if that needs to be discussed.
Right.
Yeah, and if anybody needs to reach out to Neil, let me know. And if you need help, the apps at first are a little tricky to get used to, but they're pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so got anything like that you wanted to talk about?
I got a few things that I could talk about. I don't.
Okay.
The first one is as far as pen paling, how it starts. And to me, it's kind of going down a rabbit hole because once you start with 1 or 2 and you see how easy it is and how friendly people are, and you enjoy the conversation, so it becomes an easy thing to do. And then you kind of want to see who else you can reach out to, or you'll see a story online that you're intrigued. Like I'm kind of curious how this person is doing, because a lot of stories that you hear, I'd say, I hate to say it, probably 100% of the stories that are on the news and are on Dateline or whatever shows you're watching, or the truth is only maybe 40% there. Okay. So I'd like to reach out and just kind of talk with the person, kind of feel them out. And people don't like to talk about their crimes per se. You got to build up a relationship or friendship first.
A rapport. Yeah.
So this leads into, at nighttime and you're on your phone, kind of winding down. I'm looking at stories, and one popped in my head, a true crime story that I heard as a teenager back in Tucson when I worked at a community center. And 2 years prior to this, there was a murder in the neighborhood. And working at nighttime, the night manager's telling me about Bonnie Sanborn. Back in 1995, she was unalived in her home. And they were thinking the kids might have been involved because the kids were one was in jail because he actually stole a payphone from that same community center with his friend, and his mom caught them in the backyard. So she turned him into the police. So he was in jail, a teen. I don't know exactly what age. There was a daughter that was also kind of rough around the edges, not that great with mom. They were suspecting that maybe as revenge, they left the sliding glass door open because there was a dude in the neighborhood. And people called him Freddy. I think they even called him, if I remember, Freddy Krueger. But his name is actually Frederick
That's
D.
not good.
No, Frederick D. Reval. And
this doesn't bode well.
It doesn't go well. They think that he might have had some ties.
Remaining.
So we got to continue.
That's a fast phone call, dude.
Wasn't it?
Fast.
Yeah.
Damn. That's crazy. Well, let's see. Hopefully, it doesn't take me 10 more calls
Hopefully not.
to get back through.
It will continue the
But,
story.
yeah, cross your fingers, stand on your head, and
Cross my eyes.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right, man.
cross your eyes.
We'll talk in a minute. It's a little Pink Floyd before Neil calls back. We were just talking about this today. One of our favorite albums, Pink Floyd, Animals. One of my favorite songs. I'll pause it right here.
And from
Neil.
an incarcerated individual at the California Correctional Institution, Tehachapi, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Well,
Hey, so was that 30 times?
try.
I know, first try. I could tell.
Hell yeah. We're on a roll.
We're on a roll. So, anyways,
Yeah.
1995. This is where we're at. Tucson, Arizona, the northwest side of town. This is where this is at. And unfortunately, Bonnie was found in her vehicle out in the desert, bound, gagged, sexually assaulted, and
Oh, wow.
other brutal things. Okay.
Or
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah. Horrible things. And they were suspecting. So her husband, he worked in New York and Florida. He was only apparently home twice a month on the weekends.
Okay.
And Freddie was known to, or people see him walk around the neighborhood, and it's rumored that he had an affair with a married lady in the neighborhood, and she's also claiming sexual assault. People think that she was saying that to make her look better, so sure her husband wouldn't find out and leave her. I don't know. You know, this is all stories we hear.
Like, so pretty shitty about fucking Freddie.
Right. So, and he might have been involved, as I think I mentioned before, in a gang, 22nd Street gang, which was not even near this area. Just, you know, their parents lived in a nice area, but they went to the south side of town. Anyways, so the kids, they were there. The daughter was there when this happened. It happened early in the morning. She claimed it not to hear anything. And the mom's, she had a deadbolt actually on her bedroom door, like to keep people out, right? It's kind of weird. Maybe you don't trust your kids. Again, they didn't have a good reputation.
What?
So I guess the kid, the daughter,
it's a dysfunctional family we're talking about. Right
definitely dysfunctional family. You know, upper class, dysfunctional. I'm sure they're even trying to claim that maybe Bonnie had an affair with Freddie since he was doing that. I don't know, man. Very possible. It's he sounds kind of like a stalker type syndrome going on, and they had different suspects when they, you know, there was blood throughout the room a little bit. In the bathroom, they found blood droplet trails going up from the backyard to the front yard, and her car was gone. I think she was a Chrysler New Yorker is what she had. And there's a few suspects from the neighborhood, and there was a semen stain on her leg, so they're trying to get a DNA. 95, still at this time they can do DNA, right? They questioned a couple of people, a couple of guys, and they didn't want to cooperate. It seems like some of these guys knew what was kind of going on. They were telling stories around, so it seems like he could have been part of a gang, and this was something that was known. I forget how I guess they approached Freddie because he was seen in the neighborhood, so they just kind of questioned him at work, and they did get a DNA sample from him, and he did confess to it.
he confessed.
Yeah, he confessed to it and said that he panicked. He was going in there to do the grape word. You know, YouTube will take, you know, doesn't like the word grape. And she woke up, said, "Who's in my room?" He panicked and went to town, and then and did the assault. Took her out in the desert, and that's where he assaulted her further. So,
so this was in your hometown?
Yeah, this is my hometown. This is my introduction to my job. I'm 17 or 18 years old. They're telling me this is, you know, it's a neighborhood legend what happened, and because and they were members. It was an exclusive club. You had to live in certain neighborhoods to be able to use the pool and the gym. racquetball and stuff.
Wow.
So this is
that right?
this is my second job as a teenager, and already into the true crime mode and paranormal, because we also had a ghost there. That could be another story for another time. um, so yeah, I would hear about this story, and this has haunted me for decades, man, since '95. And this last night it popped in my head. This goes boom, like shit. Yeah, I haven't looked into the story before, and I had, this before I was running inmates. So as a tip on if you want to, so where someone's incarcerated, Google is your best friend. You just do, for example, he's in Arizona. You Google Arizona DLC, and it brings up the inmate search, and you can do their DLC number if you know it, or their name. And boom, first hit, man. Put his name in, it popped him right up. And then you can see his whole record.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Yeah, you can confirm
booking number and all that.
Oh yeah, and it was great about Arizona is it actually puts his address right there, because sometimes you really have to search for that mailing address. That is a pain in the ass. I have people come to me on Instagram because I'm kind of known as the detective of addresses. If you can't find it, I bet I can.
Okay.
So reach out to me if you need help.
You got a little hobby, finding spoofing out people for others, huh?
Yeah, I could find it. There's some. Alaska is hard though. Alaska is one of the ones I had to have help on, because it's like a paid site. They want you to pay for that information. There's ain't no way. Yeah. Hell no, man. I didn't pay for that shit because someone's got it in this large community. So yeah, I got his information. I'm gonna write him a letter.
Oh, you're gonna write him?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, and I don't know how many pen pals I've never seen. Because also, then you go on YouTube and see, has he been interviewed before? Because a lot of inmates, if they're popular, have been interviewed on YouTube. I don't see anything.
Right.
So I'm thinking, I mean, who's gonna write him? I don't know. I mean, who knows the story besides people? I did find there is a podcast about it that did an episode a year ago. I was kind of re-listening to the story, and it was kind of cool because it was triggering shit in my head. I'm like, yeah, I remember that detail. So it helps me write this letter. And you always write non-confrontational, and you also say, I don't judge. That's important.
Right.
So I'm going to say that, hey, this is Jeff. Your case has been on my mind for 30 odd years or so, right?
Crazy.
And I do. Is it? I know. Something I would like to know, which I doubt he would eventually tell, is was the daughter involved? Did she help him sneak in? Because this is the rumor. I remember when I was.
That's terrible. That's probably a rumor, dude.
Yeah.
I have a hard time believing a fucking teenage daughter is going to help old Freddy Krueger sneak in to rape his mom, dude. I'm having a hard time with that one.
Yeah,
I'm not saying cool things don't happen, but yeah, dude, I don't know. Maybe I believe in humanity a little bit too much. But I don't want to think the daughter was that fucked up. That's pretty fucked up.
It is fucked up. Is when you're thinking, so think like a detective right now. So the daughter was a suspect for a while, because when this happened, she was, they say, 25 feet away from her mom's room, right? And I don't know if Bonnie was able to scream, how much a struggle that there was. So you would think, and he was apparently in the hallway. He went out to see if anybody heard anything, didn't hear anything. So it seems kind of, if you're thinking as a detective, you're like, well, how did you not hear anything?
Yeah, no, for sure she would have heard it if she was there. Well, maybe she was fucking drunk, passed out, fucking high.
Right.
Maybe she was fucking her boyfriend. You know
exactly.
I mean? Maybe her mom was loud when she had sex and she thought her mom was just getting freaky. I mean, there's a million possibilities of what it could be.
You are correct. I'm thinking the same thing. Yeah. She was either high or drunk, or maybe not even there. She might have snuck out and just.
Maybe not even there. Exactly.
Right.
You know what I mean? She might have snuck out and came back later and said, she was there the whole time.
Right. Because she's a teen. She's freaked out. And they said, and it's hard that her demeanor during all this was pretty calm, but people grieve, and maybe she was in shock. Maybe she didn't care about her mom that much. You're profiling people is what they do, right? They're sitting there and they're listening, they're studying every.
No, man.
Yeah.
All sorts of different ways. I mean, just this last week, I lost my brother. He committed suicide, and it took me 8 days to cry, and I only silent cried. I mean, like tears rolled down my face. You know what I mean? While I was listening to Elton John. But
Oh man.
it's like, dude, you know,
Yeah.
it's like, people grieve different ways. Like, just because somebody looked like they're fucking cold hearted after their mom got fucking brutally murdered doesn't mean fucking. I mean, they had a hand in it. But I mean,
Right.
hey, it's possible. It's possible.
It's
but
possible.
yeah, ask him.
Yeah, and he
He was posted, bro.
yeah, oh, I'm gonna keep you posted. And so he's a lifer. So I think anything that he would, because he took the plea of not being able to try to get he can't make any appeals to get out from life. That was
Right.
part of his deal. So that's
Oh, wow. You're getting an appeal?
he can't
Oh,
even
I've
get an
never heard of
appeal.
that.
That's well, he wanted the
That's
death
fucking
penalty
crazy.
because at the time they were
Dude,
doing
I've
the
never
death
heard of
penalty.
that. Right. So he got to live life without possibility of parole and no appeal.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Each state's different.
Wow.
California, man, you guys are hopefully you're like a month away from getting some pina coladas served to you guys and some pizzas. You know,
Yeah.
it's
I don't think that's going to happen.
it's not going to happen. It's
yeah, I don't
it's
think that's going to happen.
no, and Arizona is definitely different. 'Cause, I also talked to
Right.
Ricky Wassenaar there, the Rooster. He's in Arizona, different story, but yeah, I mean, what's the likelihood that that Freddy Krueger? I don't want to joke around. We'll call him just
Okay.
Freddy. Freddy, would he
Yeah.
eventually, even if he writes back, what's the likelihood of him writing
Right.
back?
I know. I think you will.
I think
I
he
think
will
he
too,
Yeah,
because
no, I think you will. Definitely.
yeah,
Because it's been so long that by now he's probably been basically fallen off the face of the earth and forgotten by everybody.
yeah,
And if he's old enough, like probably like his mom might already be passed away, and maybe whatever little support network he had might not be around anymore. I mean, this dude's gonna be like, what? It's almost like throwing him a light vest, bro. You know what I mean?
Plus, we're from the
So-
same area, and I know I'm
This
gonna
guy's definitely gonna write you back, bro.
yeah, and I'm gonna name drop the
Definitely.
community center because I bet you he's been there. I think he did,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna say some people that work there. I'll give their first names, and he's gonna go, "Fuck, yeah, I remember
Yeah.
so and so." So it's gonna
Oh,
build
yeah.
that trust.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's gonna trip the fuck out.
yeah, and I have good intentions, of course. And
Well, there was a few things that I wanted to talk about, but we can save that for next time. I want to start doing a thing called Yard Talk. And
Okay.
what that is where I just fill you in on what's going on in my yard or what's going on like in prison in general. You know what I mean? At whatever time we're at. So just like the latest fucking gossip or, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Political stuff that's happening or just overall whatever is going on. And then I wanted to talk about a theme of violence. Kind of just talk about like maybe how violence is normalized and how people end up becoming violent individuals. And I'll use my own stories and my own situations to kind of explain how I got to become a person that violence was normalized, and then talk about the transition into living a nonviolent life and completely
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
changing and living as diametrically opposed to that violent lifestyle that I did. I think there's, dude, I've been doing a lot of self-work. I have an accountability partner. I meet once a week and we set goals and I meet them. And I've done a lot of writing, man, journaling, all kinds of stuff about, I mean, just basically going at my criminality, going at my character defects, going at the stuff that really made me into the person that was able to hurt so many people. And so I could, work on those areas and find a way to live as a better man. You know what I mean? And so,
Yeah.
because I have so many writings and so many composition books full of stuff, and I would just like to, here and there, just get into some of that stuff and talk about it because it's pretty fascinating. And then maybe even Sharon might later have, things to add about some of the stuff that I've talked about because, she's got, a degree in criminology and maybe, she has some kind of a professional opinion about some things. It might be interesting to talk about that.
she's a great resource. I was trying to have her on today with us, but she's still asleep. She said she'd try if so she could listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what, it's just like middle of the night over there?
It's almost, well, it's morning. It's almost morning there.
Okay,
Yeah, I think she's,
so we're expecting at 4 in the morning.
yeah.
Talk about SNN pictures.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Really quickly, I wanna mention our friends at Sex Love and Serial Killers.
Yes.
Scott and Jen, they're our dear friends. Listen to their podcast. They also have a website, Death Head Collective. Interesting stuff. Check it out. We want to shout them out. So, man,
Love
it
those
was
guys.
a good story you had to tell today, dude.
Yeah, isn't it? It's relevant. It's not just a story. It's something that I'm a
Yeah.
part of. So we'll see where this goes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think today's show was pretty fucking badass, dude. Man, I had a good time, man. BFF with Jeff Show, signing off another episode, man.
Yeah. Thanks, Neil, for joining me, man. It's always a pleasure.
It's a pleasure, Jeff. All right, buddy. Then you have fun editing, dude. I'll talk to you later.
Bye, bud.
All right.
Thank you, everybody, for joining. We'll talk to you next time. Still working on a big episode. I don't know if that's going to come out before this or not. We did an interview with Robert Bardo. Sharon and I, we need to talk about it. We need to really hit more on this. We'll talk to you soon, everybody. Bye-bye.